Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hey everybody, welcome. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. So we'll do a little japa here. We might have some new people coming sometime, or they'll be watching the replays. So I'll just explain a little bit. So this is chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And this raises our consciousness and awakens our spiritual body and spiritual consciousness, and brings about great spiritual happiness and bliss that many people don't know much about. Also purification of old stuff coming out. So anyway, we'll just chant here and see where it goes. Later on, you can have any questions, anybody new, you can let us know. Let me know. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh, by the way, and as consciousness is raised and purified, we start to feel more ecstatic states awaken, spiritual happiness that's uncommon, very unusual. Tears and laughter and union with our divine self, stuff like that. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Thanks for using.
Let's see here. Krishna, Krishna, Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare Rama. Sincerity is awesome. A moonbeam of sheer astonishment.
Hey, you know what? I got to do something for a few minutes, so watch this video. I don't want to go off, but I needed to just lay flat because I just been on the beach and stuff, and I forgot. I should have took a little nap first. So just a couple of minutes. I just got to lay flat for a minute. I'll be right back, so you can watch this video in the meantime. Let's check it out. Something I had on the computer. I don't know. Check it out and see how it is. I'll be right there.
Oh, I don't know if I can read this one. It's so ecstatic, man. I'll try.
Be right back. We didn't actually leave.
Whew. Yeah, it's like a heartache. Whew. So this is cast of characters. This is Moonbeam of sheer astonishment. I don't know, man. I think this is too intense, man. This is like direct Vrindavan. Let's read some. See if I got some Gita here. Hare Krishna. Okay. Someone who got here. Archives. Here it is. Okay. There it is. Okay, all right. That's beautiful. Yeah. See, that's the witness, is to show that this works here. So Shamaguri says, Gurudev, I can really feel the Lord in my heart now. I feel His presence as if He has blossomed. I'll tell you, man, isn't it? It's fantastic. It's that's your immortality, man. That's all your sincerity is blossomed into that. Yeah. Lord I feel very fortunate to have disciples like you, that the Lord is giving His mercy to. Hey there, Nari Dra Soho. Okay, so what do we got here? Gitamrita. All right, let's see here. I gotta go this way here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Whew. I feel pretty slack right now. It's like, all right, here we go. I'm getting there gradually. Knowledge of the absolute truth. Yeah, that okay. Let's see. Attaining the Supreme, Chapter 8, Gitamrita. Arjuna says, "Oh my Lord, oh my Lord." Oh my Lord. Oh my wonderful Lord. Oh my Lord. What a wonderful Lord keeps track of us. These people want to track and trace us. They can't do it, man. Not like God can. He's tracked and traced us through all embodiments, man. Keeps track of us, And now that's our turn to keep track of Him. Tracing others' footsteps, man. Okay, what do we got here? I got this here. Okay. Here we go. Oh my Lord, what is Brahma material manifestation? What is this material? These questions nobody can answer. You have to get it in this, either from the Lord himself or from the Lord himself in the line. It comes through the disciplic line. We can't answer these questions. What is karma? How many people, if they knew what karma was, they would be afraid, of doing bad karma, and even afraid of all karma, because karma keeps the world going around. It's amazing. The more.
Okay, back. Yeah, it's interesting to hear that little Gita Rita. I was like realizing, God, man, the only thing really real, is a spiritual potency. Everything else is just some temporary, here, illusion, delusion, not lasting. Let's read some of that. Let's go to Gita Rita again. I happen to have it here. I think I have it on the computer too. Let's see. Gita Rita, where is it? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Actually, let's read some Srimad Bhagavatam first. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. All glories to Jesus Christ. All glories to the assembled devotees here in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, this is chapter 1. Hare Krishna. So this starting with text number 5 in Canto 1, Chapter 2. Before reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality Godhead, Narayan Narayan, unto Nara Naranya Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Sri Vyasadeva, the author. I like that. Srimad Bhagavatam is the very means of conquest. Conquest of what? Conquest of the illusion, the illusory potency. Yeah, people are enamored by it. And the Srimad Bhagavatam and the reveals the transcendental eternal tea. Yeah. Very means of conquest over illusion. Text 5. O sages. Actually, you know what? I might read the purport a little bit here. Yeah, purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. All Vedic literature and the Puranas are meant for conquering the darkest region of material existence. See, all Vedic literatures and the Puranas are meant for conquering over the darkest region of material existence. The living being is in the state of forgetfulness of his relationship with God, due to his being overly attracted to material sense gratification from time immemorial. Yeah, it's amazing. We just forgot our relationship. We just have to remember it again. See, and just get this stuff, that we've accumulated all these blocks. And this has made us so weak. The living entities are so weak here. They're controlled by people that are controlling their minds and their material bodies and their material emotions and manipulating them and all that stuff. I was talking to the guy on the beach about this. He's a very intelligent guy. He had some spiritual intelligence, man. It was really interesting. Yeah, and people. We need to be controlled by spirit, and by the Supreme Spirit, and then we get strong. Right? Get real intelligence. See, and because that's the real part of us is spirit. We're spirit, a soul, a spirit, and our empowerment comes from this communion with God. See, and we're doing just like now. We're just remembering our relationship. See? And after a while, we like to do it because it's very empowering to remember our relationship with God. It's empowering to speak about this. It's empowering to hear about it. Hear about this amazing spiritual relationship. People have forgotten that. Now they feel related to this dull, inert, material, unconscious world. Unconscious, even your mates or your friends and your family are unconscious of their spiritual relationship. So there's weakness everywhere. Right? There's crippled. People are crippled mentally, emotionally. I met this nice person today. You can tell they're emotionally crippled. Emotionally, and it's because they've been weakened by their forgetfulness that they're a spiritual personality, and related to the supreme spiritual personality. See, one's very fortunate you develop faith in these kinds of talks because you got a constant source of connection with the supreme spirit that gives you energy, real life. Real energy. This is what Jesus is talking about. Life, and I can give it to you abundantly just by association. You get this? By association, you begin to wake up, right? But I'm waking myself up just by talking about the truth. And those who are hearing, they're waking up too. We're all uplifted into this. To the point, look at it, we're 4 or 5 hours every day, in one shot. We're just sitting here, and after a while, look, boy, it's already 3 hours, it's 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours. And remembering our relationship because it's so fun, it's so empowering. Yeah, another thing, I was talking to that spiritual guy today in the water. I had a long conversation in the water. I was getting all sunburned from it. I got to get out of here because it's getting too burned. But yeah, nice. And talking about, he said, well, what do you do? What are you into? I says, well, I'm into spiritual things, awakening the spiritual body. Try to put it in terms you can understand. I said, yeah, it's really great. This is where life is going. He perked up, and because this guy's intelligent. He was like living here for 15 years in Mexico, and he had it together, and he had something, and he could understand what I was talking about. I said, what I see where it's going is people are just weak and crippled. He said, yeah, I noticed. He said the last couple of years, it's really apparent. People are really weak and they're controlled and manipulated. That's why we got these things on and they believe in lies as truth. And all this is mainly they just believe in the illusory potency, and it's so undependable. See, people are, they believe that things are going to go back to normal and all they do these things and you'll go back to normal. And they believe in their authorities, because they deem them authorities. See, so this is so fantastic what we're doing here, because we're remembering the truth of who we really are. See, and if you can develop faith in these talks, you have a source of remembrance and energy and real life, real intelligence. You get revelation, like these classes are always like even now, it's a flow, Krishna comes and gives more life, more information, and more understanding. It's just, what a lifestyle. People, they're doing things the hard way. I even told this guy, I said, we're coming to where things are going to be easy because we can really practically tap into the source of everything. Everything comes from that source. It's spiritual, and we're spirit too. Okay? We'll start living amazing lives. Like we're at First Fruits here. There are many people living amazing lives. You're beginning to now. You're feeling this amazing grace. You start living in terms of your life being one of grace and flow and not hardship and difficulties. Even Pani was telling me, he says, wow, I'm starting to know who I am in my service. See, that's a spiritual thing. It's great. Yeah, the only reason why the world is jaded is because people are getting their life from the world, which is basically dead. There's not much life. It's all modes of nature, senses, and their objects. So it makes you dull. And the more you're bond with this material, we have this knowledge. People don't have this knowledge that in this material world is all these elements, and they're all unconscious, and we bond with what is unconscious. See, spirit is conscious. This book is conscious. This name is conscious. It's actually non-different than the personality of Godhead. That's why there's so much life in chanting once you're over some of these obstacles. Yeah. One is believing in those who don't even. I was watching this guy. He's a guru. I was looking, just came across a thing. Guy's a guru. I could do. The guy he was like the friggin' Pope in Krishna Consciousness. I said, what is the difference? This guy was mundane, man, and he's a guru, and people can't tell the difference. They can't see that this guru is mundane. And they think, well, he's spiritual because he has an orange thing on, and he's got a stamp from the ISKCON group. I'm thinking, yeah, but the guy's vibration was completely material. And even everything about him looked material, and people can't discern that. You come here, you'll learn what is spirit and what isn't. You'll know what is a real guru and who isn't. I mean, well, of course, if you really want to know, if you really want what the guru has, can anybody see what the guru has here? Can you see what some of his real disciples have here? Do you want that? Well, there's a process. That's what and some devotees are not in the process even here. They don't have faith. They don't think, oh, there's only, I hear the same talk. Oh, there's only one Acharya Prabhupada, even from some members in our group. There's only one Prabhupada. He's Prabhupada. Go hard. Oh, no. Yeah, well, hey, you won't get what I get. I just want people to get this, but you got to follow the process. If you just want to chant the holy name and get liberation, go out there and chant a lot of gurus. Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you won't. Who knows? Here, we're bringing you want to go to Vrindavan, you come the way the disciples are showing the way. The way that Lalita Ganga and Johan, that's the way to get what they got, what I got. We're family members. If you just want to be liberated, a lot of people do that. They come here, they get a little liberated. Oh, wow, chanting, get liberated on the energy here. Oh, thanks, slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm out of here. Okay. Or I really don't believe, I just come here to get energy. I don't really believe in what Gohar is doing. Okay. So anyway, there's a process. Anybody, if you want to go to Vrindavan, it takes faith in a real devotee. Just like, hey, what is the difference? You don't think those apostles who got the Holy Spirit had faith in Jesus? They got Jesus. My disciples that are getting it, they're getting it here. Awakening. That's the process. Okay? I just want to teach the process. I want to see people be successful here. That's all I want. I already successful. I feel very happy. I feel like so sad. I feel so grateful. I like other people to have that too. But there's a process. About me trying to be a big cult leader and all that, like some people seem to think here. That I want to be not satisfied being, I can't be just a guru, I have to be an acharya. Oh, well then you're not seeing things what is an acharya, man? People need to define it. You need to define it. You need to defend yourself and your bhakti and your guru for your own sake. Okay? It's important. You want to defend, because people go, oh, what is he? He's not like Prabhupada. Is it different? Hey, man, if you're getting awakening spontaneous devotion to God, obviously that's acharya stuff. Not even any of these gurus have done that yet. See, this is because we're in the real line, and this is manifesting for people. So that is an extraordinary contribution for the Vaishnava disciplic line. And if this is going to go deeper and people are going to get this, this will have to be accepted at some point. Otherwise, it'll just be Vaidhi Bhakti, and people will just do ceremonies, and they'll be worshiping the deity. There'll be nice pomp and all that, and eventually it'll disappear. It always does. It's not good enough. It's still material. It's spiritual. If you want to stay immortal, if you want to awaken your immortality, you got to awaken the spiritual body. You have to do spiritual worship, like you see some of the devotees doing here. See, the Lord is awakening in their hearts, and now you're getting a glimpse of the true transcendental Lord. That's extraordinary. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. It's unusual, uncommon. Anybody who starts to experience this, that's the same like Dhruva Maharaj when the Lord appeared in his heart. Okay? And he was, oh my God, this was what I'm looking for. You were the one I was looking for. It's that kind of experience. You're changed forever. Now you know what is true and real. Before you thought all this stuff in this world was real. All these things, they're only real for a time and then they all disappear. That's called Maya, Maha Maya, illusion. God, the Lord's world is just manifesting here. We manifest it here every day, more and more and more. It just becomes more and more manifest, and it's an eternal engagement. Narada Muni never stops glorifying the name of God. It's always ever fresh, always amazing. He never stops preaching. Ananta Sesha is always preaching the glories of the spiritual potency. And we follow in their footsteps, proving that we're on an immortal trip. See? This trip never ends. Isn't it amazing? Nice. Huh? Never-ending trip. All these other trips come to an end in the Mahamaya. See? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Yeah, these words are immortal. What did Jesus say? He spoke these kinds of words. See? His devotees spoke these kinds of words. All devotees do, because they're words that last forever. Yeah. Devotees repeat the scriptures, the revealed scriptures, and bring more. They clarify what has been said before, and then they bring forth more beautiful, eternal words that give life to people. Yeah, that's proof that you're a real spiritual master or acharya. It's the same, synonymous, man. Yeah. This line is kept intact by acharyas, see, and progressed by acharyas. It's like, look at Madhavinda Puri. He was an acharya. His disciple was an acharya. See? Not all the disciples, see? But Ishvara Puri was an acharya. Why? Because he cultivated and propagated the cult of devotion on the same platform as his guru. See? That's an acharya. So people need to ask, are we doing that here? Are we cultivating pure devotional service and propagating pure devotional service like Madhavinda Puri, like Ishvara Puri, like Lord Chaitanya, like Nityananda, like their real followers who got this grace? Yeah. So see, now it's not a Vaidhi trip, it's a spontaneous devotional worship trip. Okay, that's the culmination. I mean, you need to be confident of what we're doing here. You need to be clear. And that's why we discuss these things. This is Guru Tattva. Why did Prabhupada write these books? Why is it, if chanting Hare Krishna alone is all we need to do, then what is the point of Chaitanya Charitamrita and all these teachings and concepts and everything if you don't need a real spiritual master, or you just need to just stick with Prabhupada's Vaidhi program and never get Shiksha, even though it says get Shiksha, especially if you haven't awakened your bhakti, your pure devotion. Why is this book written, man? Why are all these concepts that people probably think? I know there's people here thinking sometimes, oh, why is he saying this? Oh, he just wants to worship. He just wants to. No, I want people to understand this process. I want people to have a relationship with Krishna like this, and in your own way, and find the most fantastic, relationship that's eternal with God, that lasts forever. That's the only reason I'm here. To relish this and to proclaim this in this world. Because I just love doing it, man, because it's the most greatest thing in the world. To speak the truth. These demons, they think the greatest thing in the world is to lie to you and to get you to believe in lies. I think the greatest thing in the world is to proclaim the truth and get people to believe in the truth for their happiness and not their slavery. Like that's what these demons are doing right now. The big brother out there is getting you listening to mainstream news and TV, to program you to become a slave. See? And they're preaching to you lies and you believe in them, you become enslaved, you become in fear, you put your little mask on. There's hundreds of people with masks on, all in the middle of the daytime. See? I'm here to do the opposite, to proclaim the truth, set many people free. Set them free and give them sovereignty, make cripples. People, you think it's about crippled person coming here, oh, please heal my body so it can straighten out. No, you are crippled, man. If you haven't realized your transcendental eternal relationship with God, you are a cripple, you're cripple-minded. You're pretty dumb, stupid, unintelligent. Because that's what the world does. And you're enslaved already. You're enslaved. See? So we're here to set people free. I love it, man. I love talking about the truth. I love chanting the holy name, man, and relishing the glories of the truth. I love doing it publicly so that people can understand what is important in life, instead of chasing after these unimportant things. Hey, people, this is our success here. The more devotees who chant here and they can see, look how much fun they're having. Look how happy they are. Look how free they are. Look how intelligent they are. Look how spiritually powerful they are. Look, they are not cripples. Oh, I think I want to be like them. Yeah, well, come on. It's all by association. You've been associating with all these cripples out there, all believing it. Sometimes even people in our group, they still believe in cripples. They still, this crippled guy that's cheating me and all this. Let me get there. Let me be friends with them. Let me be intimate with them. And they wonder, why can't I preach? Why does it take me 20 years? Well, it's association, man. Put all your eggs in one basket, man. Understand. That's why I'm going to keep preaching like this. Because why? God is willing. Not God willing in hopium. No, God is willing. He wants this done, doesn't he? He wants people to know him. We're here, to fulfill his order. Prabhupada, hey, man, that's my full approval what you're doing, man. Make them understand Krishna truly. Even if they have to give up these bogus gurus, man, they're materially mundane popes. Give them up. What good is it? This is so much better. This is gold standard here, man. Power is here. Life is here. Realization, intimacy with God is here. It's not with these mundane gurus who are out there just doing it for a job, like professional Bhagavatam reciters and just towing party lines. That is so popish, so poopish, poopish, isn't it? Come on, isn't it? Isn't it like the friggin' Catholic Church, Vaishnavism now? What's the difference? The government just went into the Catholic and took all their money back, actually. All the gold and everything they've been hiding there. You don't think they're doing it in ISKCON and everything? Come on, are you still going to believe in hypocrites and liars and cheaters? That's why you're all still crippled and afraid. I'm afraid of committing an offense. To what? To mundane persons cheating you? I'm here to set people free here with the truth. Johnny Q was saying, oh yeah, man. Give it to him, man. Unusual preaching, huh? You gotta be empowered to preach like this. Who could do it? People can't do this kind of stuff in their dreams, huh? Right, Dean? Pure inspiration, man. Inspired by the Lord. Otherwise, I just no way I can do this. Top drawer. Yeah. When are you going to get your phone there, Govinda? Did you get to Pani's house yet? Okay. So this is beautiful. All the Vedic literatures and Puranas are meant for conquering the darkest regions of material existence. The living being is in a state of forgetfulness of his relation with God. See, isn't that, we need definitions, man. Forgetfulness of his relation with God. What the heck does that mean? Who is God? What is God? People don't know. This is the problem. A lot of people, like even in Vaishnavism or religion, oh yeah, God. Yeah, who's your God? Well, God, the great mystery. God means the great mystery. This Monday, okay, great. Yeah. So forgetful is a relationship with God. See, and this is why Vaidhi is not enough. This Vaidhi Bhakti, regulated devotional service that started with even the Pharisees doing regulations and fastings, and Vaishnavas doing regulations. It's not quite enough, man. Not deep enough to understand what God is. Jarasandha was doing that. He was doing Vaidhi Bhakti and rules and regulations, and he was very pious king. See? But he didn't know God. He didn't know his real relationship with God. It was still external bhakti. He worshipped Vishnu in the mode of goodness. Still external bhakti. He's still not clear about his relationship with God. Okay? Where does God start to show up? Well, when you begin to understand, stand under the spiritual potency. Are you standing under this? Ask yourself, am I standing under the spiritual potency? Oh, how does that show up? How does that practically manifest in life? Standing under the spiritual potency. Yeah? Well, the word of a real guru, a real spiritual master, inspired by Krishna. Ooh, and you listen to that word, you stand under that word, that is solid, man. That is solid gold. You stand under that word with faith, and then you can be doubly sure because it's all confirmed in the scriptures, and the Lord will show you it is too. See, I stand under the word of my guru, which comes out of this. He's a devotee Bhagavat, and it's coming right from the book Bhagavat. Matter of fact, now I'm understanding the book Bhagavat because a real devotee Bhagavat is explaining these. I stand under his word and not some ISKCON guru's word who's towing the party lines and just doing it for a job and to get followers, and it's not even on the spiritual platform yet. See, people are standing under those speculations. Or you can check here, if you stand under this word coming out of this mouth here, is it in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila chapter 1 on the spiritual master? Are you standing under the word without speculate? Just check it yourself, man. You guys are intelligent persons there. There should be no doubt. Is Gohari a real spiritual master and a real acharya or not? You check it. Otherwise, these Ruchi ladies will come around and say, Prabhupada is the, yeah, well, he's the only acharya here now. Yeah, did you check it? Do you know how to discern that? Nobody knows. So I'm here to prime the pump. After a while, you guys will do it. You check, is there an acharya here or not? If there isn't, go find one. You know, I would just go back to being a Ritvik, man. Better. Yeah. Why would you, if you really, you're a sincere Ritvik, like you believe that Prabhupada is spiritual under the spiritual potency, and these persons who are trying to imitate his position that are not under the spiritual potency, they better to be with because then you're following Prabhupada's word. See, Prabhupada said, until an acharya arises by the will of Krishna, better to continue the mission and go on worshiping what is spiritual, and that's the current acharya, until one that has gotten that kind of mercy manifests. See? And the question should be, okay, has that happened now? On this day? Is it anywhere? You see the signs and symptoms of an acharya or a real bona fide spiritual master? See, who has mastered Radha and Krishna, and you can tell because when they chant Hare Krishna, they come, Radha and Krishna, they have the signs in their temple and their body. The signs of Radha and Krishna come, conclusive truth comes, ecstatic bliss comes, and they awaken that ecstatic bliss in others also. How much proof do people need? For God's sake. See, everybody is, if you don't have philosophy, real philosophy without speculation, and you get sentimental, and you just say, oh, Prabhupada's the only acharya. But they'll ever be, you have all kinds of speculations because you're not an experienced devotee. And then even if an acharya, because you don't really know Prabhupada, a real acharya manifests and you can't even recognize. These gurus can't even recognize a real acharya. If they did what they see here, they would be flabbergasted. See, Johan did good preaching yesterday. This lady said, Prabhupada's the only acharya. And he came right up and said the facts of life from his own experience. See, and from the book's perspective. No, see, that's preaching. People need to see that. You need to stand for the truth. Stand under the truth. See, if you do that, not only will you be excited and blissed out and very enlivened, people will get it. You start to wake people up. You'll start doing miracles like this. Opening the blind's eyes. Wow, this is really real here. Oh, and other miracles open the people's deaf ear. They start hearing, wow, this is what I've been waiting to hear. My ears and my eyes are opened. Wow, I'm not crippled. I was like, see, crippled means you can't move, You're all bottled up emotionally, and all of a sudden, wow, you're out there dancing, and free, and expressive, and you're preaching the truth. You see, hey man, not crippled anymore, are you? You notice these miracles we're doing here. You think it's about the body, healing the body so it can be mundane while opening the eyes. Now I can see mundane things. What good is that? You open spiritual eyes, spiritual ears, so you can hear this sound vibration and become ecstatic hearing it. Now that's getting your ears open. Right there, Janaki? Go on. Ask them. They know what I'm talking about. It's fun, isn't it? I love this. Okay. So if he wants to conquer perpetual struggle, wait. His struggle for existence in the material world is perpetual. And it is not possible for him to get out of it by making plans. If he at all wants to conquer this perpetual struggle for existence, he must reestablish his eternal relationship with God. That's what guru does. They're established. If you're a real guru, man, come on, man. If you're a real spiritual master, a real acharya, should be synonymous. You're in your spiritual relationship with God. It is awakened. See? And you're a preacher, man, and proof that you are empowered by that transcendental Lord, you're anointed, whatever you want to call that empowerment. Those who believe in your word, in your testimony, will have spiritual awakening also. That's what it's about, man. And then people will be in their relationship with God, and then their struggles start minimizing. I was telling this guy in the water today, same thing. I was saying, man, there's going to be a time, man, people, when they understand God, they feel their consciousness is raised up to commune with God, their struggle for existence will end. No more struggle. They just stay in that relationship, and everything will flow. Everything will flow. People will treat you better because you don't need the miseries of threefold miseries anymore, because that's finished. Okay? People won't give you troubles. Or even if they do, that's part of the preaching, and you will be able to tolerate it. People will whip you with their tongues and criticize you, blah, 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 man. Okay? You're protected. It's struggle, no more struggle. So anyway, that's what you can get here. If you want to, if that's interesting, people, ask yourselves, are you struggling still with these gurus? Have they set you free by their association, by their teaching? I've met enough people to see their gurus are not ending their struggle. See, the struggle ends if you can get genuinely connected with that transcendental Lord. And that's what we do here. That's the secret here. You got to get to know who God is, and God is spirit, man. And you're a spirit, and it's based on a relationship of spirit to spirit. Okay? And when you start to feel that relationship with the Supreme Spirit, your struggle ends. Isn't Prabhupada saying that, right? You can see it in many devotees here. A real devotee is just satisfied in their relationship with God, whether they're poor or rich, doesn't matter. The relationship is supreme importance. That's why the Lord Chaitanya had devotees. Some were rich, extremely Pundarik Majini, rich man. So there were a lot of it. King had many wives and riches. The king, but they were rich in their relationship with God. That was primary importance. Matter of fact, when he couldn't get an interview with Lord Chaitanya, he was ready to give up his riches. He said, I can't get an interview with the Lord, therefore I'm going to give up my riches. And because the Lord was meeting poor people. But that shows you, he didn't have to do it because he was already a real devotee. what it is in the verses that we can. Yeah, answer with verses in the books of Prabhupada. Very important. I'm so free because of hearing your preaching. Thank you. See, you're standing under this preaching, and that's proof is in the pudding. If you're feeling set free, okay, the preaching is obviously from God because you're becoming sovereign in the Lord. Because it's the only way to become sovereign. That's why it doesn't work for any of these libertarians. Unless you're sovereign in Christ, sovereign in Krishna consciousness, sovereign in the spiritual potency. My sovereignty is in the Lord. It'll always be, otherwise I know enough that I'm not sovereign. Only guru I had is you. Okay, that's great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and one who wants to adopt such remedial measures must take shelter of the literatures such as the Vedas and the Puranas. Foolish people say that the Puranas have no connection with the Vedas. However, the Puranas are supplementary explanations of the Vedas, okay, for different types of men. Yeah. So there are men who are conducted by the mode of goodness, and others under the mode of passion, and others under the mode of ignorance. The Puranas are so divided that any class of men can take advantage of them and gradually regain their lost position and get out of the hard struggle for existence. You see how Prabhupada's gradual, right? Puranas, these literature, spiritual scriptures in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. But people are learning something different here, if you haven't noticed yet. See, you're not hearing scriptures that are goodness, see, or from ignorance to passion. There's obviously different Puranas like this. See, here you're hearing Puranas or scriptures that bring you from any mode all the way up to Shuddha Bhakti. Just because if you just listen to this word, you just get purified and you begin to understand the spiritual potency, stand under it. See, you stand under it, and because you're understanding it, literally. See, I'm standing on these conceptions. These conceptions are Shuddha Bhakti conceptions about the Lord, how to quickly awaken your relationship. You're learning all these simple, truthful teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. These are not scriptures in the mode of goodness. They're actually transcendental to the mode of goodness, meant to help you transcend the mode of goodness into understanding transcendence. Samam Bonam is Krishna. Okay. All right, next verse, actually. Oh, wait, let's go in a little bit more. So, Sri Sutta Goswami shows the way of chanting the Puranas. This may be followed by persons aspire to be preachers of the Vedic literatures and Puranas. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana, and it is especially meant for them who desire to get out of material engagement permanently. And that's basically what you're hearing here. I don't care what mode you're in. If you're done, like we got a waitress here, and thank you, Amy, for your example. A waitress, that didn't have anything, but she just wanted out of this. She wants out of this material world. She's finished. She's done, and the Krishna sent her here and has awakened her appreciation See? And she's here, and she hears the spotless Purana, the Bhagavatam conception, the Chaitanya Lila conception, the Summum Bonum conception. This is spiritual, man. See? And then she becomes, and anybody else who listens to these conceptions become spiritually purified and enlivened. And when you start to realize, I just want to hear Harikatha, I just want to hear it incessantly. This is I'll show you how it works. People are becoming like these histories in the book. Here in this Sangha, it's extraordinary. Okay? So in the pastime Chaitanya Lila, Madhya Lila, I think it is, Lord Chaitanya, there is this Brahmin, aristocratic Brahmin, and he heard from devotees, and he just wanted to incessantly hear the pastimes of Krishna, the teachings of Krishna. And he came to the Lord, will you tell me something? I just want to hear, some reason or other, I just got this mercy. I just want to hear these pastimes. I just want to hear about Krishna. I want to know Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya said, and this applies to people here. Many here that I'm telling right now can say, yeah, I can relate to the boy. That's me. So this is for you. Yeah. Lord Chaitanya said, wow, you're very fortunate. And matter of fact, anybody who has an inclination to hear about Krishna is very fortunate. I cannot even tell you the where this is going and the amount of grace you're going to get. I forgot the word exactly used. Yeah. And so then he said, okay, well, actually you should go to Ramananda Roy, a Sudra, and listen from him. See? Because Ramananda Roy was empowered. So that's why I say, man, you're hearing Bhagavatam here. The question everybody should ask is, Gaur Haridas empowered with the spiritual potency? Matter of fact, this is good for all these gurus, all your disciples. If they were a really high quality standard, they should ask, is my guru qualified to speak Bhagavatam? Are they transcendentally situated? Are they in a transcendental relationship with Krishna? Otherwise, they won't be empowered to speak the real Bhagavatam. They'll interpolate, and they'll superimpose their consciousness on Bhagavatam, even like Devananda Pandit did. Devotion, if it's not awakened in them, they will superimpose their misunderstanding on the real Bhagavatam. So if you really want out of this material engagement quickly, then hearing Bhagavatam from a person who knows their relationship with God, with Krishna, is the way. Otherwise, there are a lot of teachers, they're out there. They'll teach us something else. It's only through your mercy that this fool can enter into the mystery of the Lord's pastimes. Yeah, because the Lord, you're following the real process. The Lord has sent you a real guru, and you're standing under his word, and your testimony says, yeah, it works, man. I'm setting free. This is working. I'm getting Krishna through being connected with a bona fide spiritual master, a bona fide acharya. It's working. And like Johann, he testifies, said, yeah, 25 years, I don't have what I have now. See, because you got a bona fide guru, that's proof. And after a while, people start listening to you guys. We're Janaki, 40 years. Now I'm getting what I wanted with Krishna. I'm getting what I wanted from Krishna, a relationship. I feel this relationship. I like to chant. I like to hear and talk about Krishna. I like to hear from the devotees. Hey, that's me. That's it. That's how it works. You got to become the scriptures, and you will. When you get a bona fide representative of Hari, Radha and Krishna, you will become the Bhagavatam verses. And that's proof. Otherwise, you'll see people, they don't become the gurus aren't the Bhagavatam verses, and neither are their disciples. Unless they're the Bhagavatam verses like Devananda Pandit, he's the one that doesn't fit the actual verse. They fit it in the other way of teaching, not being it. Oh my gosh, Srila Gaurian Das is truly my bona fide spiritual master. That is my experience again and again. Yeah. It's extraordinary to be connected with the Lord in his transcendental form and awakening our own spiritual bodies. It's where everything is going. Yeah. If you don't understand your relationship with the transcendental Lord in this life, you kind of missed out. Think that if one is a sannyasi, he must know. Yeah, that's how you're fooled, man. You got look at Ramananda Roy. He was a Sudra in the 4th class order. Yet the greatest Brahmins and aristocratic Brahmins and sannyasis had to go to him to understand Krishna properly. See, because he was empowered and they weren't. Same thing here. Can you see who's empowered and who isn't? If you come here, you'll start to see that. Most will. O sages, I have been, translation. O sages, I have been justly questioned by you. Your questions are worthy because they relate to Lord Krishna and so are relevant to the world's welfare. Only questions of this sort are capable of completely satisfying the self. See, completely satisfying the self. What is that self? See, that self wants us to come back into relationship with him. Okay? Because if we don't, we stay in this illusion perpetually. See, so Sutta Goswami, when he was asked by these sages, thought, my God, I'm justly questioned. This is a just question. This is an important question. This is a worthy question. Not, how is the weather? How much money did you make last year? How do I get to this mundane place? All these questions, material questions. The just questions are the most important questions because they can help establish us in relationship with the spiritual transcendental Lord. See? That's what our conversations are. Basically, they're questions and answers and talks of how can we become more deeply connected with our transcendental Lord, the Lordship. That's God. He's spiritual. Okay? Spiritual potency. He has certain qualities. I like to go on, but I think I got to rest a little bit. So we'll stop here. I'll just stop here. I don't want to push too much. Thank you very much for coming, guys, everybody. It was great. So I'll be back. Maybe again another time, a little bit later. Okay, thank you very much for coming, everybody. See you soon. I feel like pushing it. I don't want to push it. Thanks for